Hello everyone, this is Freddie Malero, team leader and founder of the Lifestyle Freedom Group. Really excited to go over our document. I just got started. What's next? Okay? Guys, I really want to go over some bullet points of it because I think it's vital when somebody gets started that their first 48 hours, they get started off the right track. You know, without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value, as the great Jim Rohn has said many, many times. And the law of diminishing intent kicks in. And I just want to share with you how simple this business is if you keep it that way and if you get into action right away. Okay? You're in control of that, guys. You are in control. So let's get started. First and foremost, you know, one of the first things you got to do, and most people do, is if you're going to talk to people you know, like, and trust, people you deal with, people, family, friends, co-workers, people you've done business in the past, maybe if you've been in network marketing, people you know from network marketing, you're going to want to write down your top 25 list like that. I mean, get your cell phone, start writing down the names, and just identify who these people are. Now, granted, some of you guys may be internet marketing and doing stuff on Facebook and social networking and trying different strategies. That's fine. But this part of this video is for those that are going to make the list, which are most people, okay? Most people are going to go through our market right away, and then they go into these cold market means, or some people do both, okay? I started off doing both, okay? Now, so you're going to write down that list, guys, and we're going to go through our three-step system, because this business is very simple. One of the main things you got to understand is that if you keep it simple, other people will say, I can do what this person's doing. I can do what Freddie's doing. And so they're going to do it, okay? And that's my intent with this training and my intent with creating this document, a one-page document that keeps it very simple. And if you follow it, you'll be very successful. So let's go. Number one, you're going to connect with these folks. And I don't care if it's warm market or if you're already out on the internet. You have to connect with people first and foremost, right? You're going to have to speak with them. You're going to have to identify what's going on. You know, see what's going on in their life. And we typically, in conversation, if we're talking to someone, we go through what's called FORM. Family, occupation, recreation, and money. Hey Tom, how's it going? How's the family? No kidding, wow. Are you still working at that job? For real? Wow. So did you go to that trip to Colorado for the skiing with the family? No kidding. So the money must be good, huh? So, in other words, you don't just call and just flat out, hey, I need you to take a look at this. Although you can, and I've done it before. I found it. For the most part, you're going to build some rapport, connect with people, see how everything's going, and then say, hey, listen, I've come across something that deals with silver and gold, and you may or may not be interested. I want your opinion on it. Can you take a look? Okay? If it's cold market, guys, you're basically going to tell them, listen, you know, great to connect. This may or may not be for you. I'm going to give you a website. I don't know if you're in front of your computer, but if you are, I want you to go to .com, right? I want you to go to this website and check it out, and then have them check it out. So you're going to connect. The intent of connecting is to obviously connect with the person and then expose them to the website. So you're going to tell somebody, hey, listen, I want you to go to my numisnetwork.com site, right? The main site, that's where we send everyone. And I want you to watch this 10-minute video. Once it's done, I'm going to call you. Let me ask you a question, Tom. Are you going to be in front of your computer? Are you in front of your computer right now? Yeah. Okay, here's the website. If he's not, and Tom says, oh, I'm going to be in front of the computer at 8 o'clock, I'll go, great. I'll call you at 8 o'clock, and we'll go over that at 8 o'clock. Okay? Now, guys, the key thing in this equation is really number 3, which is where you follow up and enroll. And this is where most business is lost because most people don't follow up. They give people the website, they expose them, they do a great connection, they expose it to them, and they never call back. So they think, well, maybe they'll call me first. And then they get caught up and they forget, and I forgot to call. And now's not a good time. They're always busy. And then tomorrow, today's raining. It's not a... Guys, this is the most important quotient. So when you expose someone to the site, make sure that they're going to see it right then and there. If not, set up a time for them to see it and you be around. And if you have to stay around on the phone, that's perfectly fine. Now, this is probably the most important step of all. Okay, because once you've connected with somebody, you've exposed it to them. Now it's about following up. Okay, so in this follow-up, guys, you're gonna call them and you're gonna get 3 typical replies when you call someone back. So I'm gonna call Tom. Tom watched this video. I exposed it to him. He's watched the 10-minute video. The video's perfect. It never skips a beat. It always says the same story. And it's pretty powerful, right? It says the truth. So I'm going to expose them to the video. Next, I'm going to follow up and enroll. And when I follow up and enroll with Tom, who's the person I exposed the video to, I'm going to say, hey Tom, what got you excited about what you just saw? Hey Tom, how's it going? What got you excited about what you saw? And Tom's going to tell me a couple things. Number one, he's going to tell me he's excited, right? And he might say something like, man, it was really good, I'm in, right? So that's a possibility. And if he says I'm in, then guys, you know what the next step is. Just send them to your Numisnet Network site, click on join now, and follow them through, how to get started with a fast track pack, get their first coin, their case, etc., okay? So that's option number one. He says I'm in. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. That scares me when people say I'm in, right? So that's not a good, we always want a little challenge. Number two, he might say, sounds good, but I have a question. Now, guys, you want to know who is in your support team. From myself to many leaders that we have in our team, Kevin, my enroller, you need to know who is in your support team. You need to know their numbers. And before you initiate the conversation with this guy, Tom, you're going to call us and say, hey guys, I'm going to be speaking to a couple. Let's say you're going to do your calls at 5 o'clock. Well, call me at 4 and say, hey Freddie, look, between 5 and 6. If I call you, guess what? I'm not going to call you to chit chat. I'm going to call you because I have someone on the line for a three-way. And that's what you tell the person that enrolled you or anybody in your support team. Okay, guys? That's what you do. Give them a heads up. So I call Tom back and I say, Tom, what got you excited about what you saw? And Tom says, Freddie, I love it, but I have a question. And guys, I don't care what the question is. How old is the company? How many coins do you have? Why this coin? What's the difference between this company and other companies? Why is it direct sales? Is it a pyramid? You know what you're gonna say? That's a great question. That's a great question, Tom. Hold on, let's find out. Click, and guys, you're gonna do a three-way call. You're gonna call me, for example, or I'm gonna call Kevin. Let's say I'm on with Tom. Hey Tom, that's a great question. Hold on. Click. And Kevin already knows that if I call, you better pick up the phone because I have someone on the line. Now guys, I will let a couple people know, typically, so that, there's no panic, okay? So I'll go, hold on a second, click. And so I call Kevin and say, Kevin, I got my friend Tom on, he already saw the video, and he asked about how many coins do you have? So I get back on the phone and I go, hey Kevin, listen, let me introduce you to my friend Tom. Or I'll say, hey Tom, let me introduce you to my friend Kevin, sorry, because Kevin's the guy that just came on the line. Kevin's my partner in Numis. And Kevin, let me, this is Tom, and Tom's a real good friend of mine. He just saw the video. And Kevin, we have a question. Tom wants to know how many coins do we have, right? And so Kevin will say, hey Tom, nice to meet you. Great, how do you know Freddie? And he'll start chit-chatting and build that rapport as well, right? That's what he typically will do. And nothing, answer the question. And guess what? Maybe Tom will ask some other questions because he feels comfortable with Kevin, right? And at the same time, there's third-party validation. Somebody else came into the picture to validate what it is. Guys, the key to network marketing and all the successful people that have made a lot of money, they do three ways. Guys, almost everyone I get in contact with, I do a three-way. I don't care if I'm making $1 a month or $100,000 a month. I will always do three ways. It's a free tool, number one. It's powerful, and guys, it's the nature of the beast. Three-way call, it's a validation. It's the ultimate validation tool. You can't work a business without a three-way call. So at this point, I'm waiting. When I do a follow-up, I'm going to say, hey Tom, what got you excited about this video? And Tom's going to tell me, Freddie, it's great, but I have a question. I go, man, that's a great question. Hold on, Tom. Click. I'm not going to say, hey, can I get your permission to get you on the guy that got me in, that put me into this thing? And no. I'm going to say, hey, hold on a second. And I'm going to get them on the phone, okay? The third thing they may say, guys, is I'm not interested, right? Or it's not for me, whatever, right? They're not interested. So what do, guys? You say, hey, Tom, you saw what it's all about. You know I'm excited about it. Let me ask you a question. Who do you know that if they saw something like this would be all over it? Who do you know that's done network marketing before? Who do you know? Help me out. Tom, help me out. We're buddies. I know you're not interested.